Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Happy Wednesday. Happy winning Wednesday. Hey yo, check this out. Before I get into my shout outs, Shannon, my thoughts and prayers are with you. I'm so sorry. I saw in the comments that you lost your mom. Like, I can't even begin to even like just feel what you were going through. But like, I definitely want you to know if it's anything at all that you need or anything that we can do, please do not hesitate to reach out. You know, your HeartSmiles family got you and we love you. And I'm so sorry that you had that tragedy hit your family, especially at this time. But what's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? It's Wednesday. Hey, yo, who said I'm late, yo? Uh, they love Jim. Yo, how many times I gotta tell y'all? I ain't never late, yo. Never, ever late. I hit the button right on time. Yo, y'all realize this our last winning Wednesdays of 2020, yo. And not only is this our last winning Wednesdays, yo, today was supposed to be canceled, but y'all bullied me. Pressured me. Encouraged me to have our session today. And you know what? I'm glad that we having our session because I got a serious question to ask y'all. Like serious. But before I ask my question, y'all, let me let me do my shout outs, yo. Let me get to the top of my list, yo. And I guarantee you, I already know who at the top of my list, yo. I already know. Yo, Breezy Breeze. What's up, Breezy? How you doing, yo? Good to see you. They said not bully again. Whoever said we stay bullying you, y'all do. And it ain't cool. What's up, Breezy Breeze? How you doing? Yo, good to see you. Always good to see you. What's up, Naeem? Yo, y'all know Naeem is a real person. I saw him today for the first time, yo. He is a real person. What's up, Naeem? Hey, Lene, what's up? Good to see you. Hey, Yolanda, good to see you too. Yo, sorry if it seemed like I'm going out of order, but they cut off my list, y'all. I can't even see my list, y'all. But we gonna do it anyway. What's up, Yolanda? Good to see you. Yo, what's up, Tay? Tizzy Tay, how you doing? Yo, what's up? We got James in here, yo. Hey, James. Good to see you always. Hey, Taylor. What's up, Nisi Poo? Good to see you. He said, who bullied me? You know what? I'm going to send my bullies right your way, Naeem, and you better handle them. What's up, Rich? Yo, good to see you here, Rich. Hey, y'all. Shout out to Rich, y'all. Shout out to Rich. And I know y'all probably thinking, what's wrong with Miss Joni? What I've been drinking? I'm saying shout out Rich. Like, yo, I'm really for real on that, yo. Like, he really has been working behind the scenes. And one thing that I definitely want to make sure that doesn't go unnoticed is the fact that he reached out for help when he needed help. It might have been 3 o'clock in the morning when he reached out for that help, but he reached out for that help, which just kind of reinforces the fact that he wants to do right and he's on the right track. So, yeah, shout out to you, Rich. I appreciate you demonstrating some growth because that's what it's all about, y'all. What's up, Cam? Chaos Smoothies. What's up? King Cool. Hey, King Cool. King Cool, you ready for 2021, man? Yo, I hope you ready, yo. Big things, yo. What's up? Hey, Charles, good to see you. Always good to see you, Charles. How you feeling? Hey, Autumn, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Chaos Smoothies, what's up, Kay? Yo, I love you more, yo. And thank you, Kat. Yo, Cam just be checking up on me, y'all. Check this out. And I'm not saying this for the rest of y'all to do it, especially if you don't already do it, because then I'm going to know it's fake. But like, yo, I'd be so used to my phone dinging with requests and people want something and need something. And don't get me wrong, I live for that kind of stuff. That's why I'm here. It's okay. But like, yo, Cam is probably like one of very few people. I'm not going to say the only person, but like maybe one of only like 3 people who, when they hit me up sometimes, yo, they don't even want nothing. They just want to check on me, make sure I'm good. Like, and I really appreciate that. Like, for real, for real. Like, definitely. So thank you so much. Ania on here already. Don't forget, Miss Joni. Hey, yo, make sure y'all hit up Ania, y'all. She on me already, y'all. Y'all know she having the not for sale event. Y'all gotta get with her to make sure that you at that event. It's going to be streaming here. And people who are interested in human trafficking and all that type of stuff, even if you're not necessarily interested in it, it really is a good situation to be involved in because people getting snatched up left and right. And she's going to have good people here talking about that situation. And it's a youth-led event. So are you happy, Amir? I shouted out your event, yo. I was going to do it later, but you on my back, shorty. Hey, yo. It's crazy. Somebody get her, yo. Somebody get her. But no, make sure y'all get to her event. And go ahead and drop your Instagram in there so that people can get with you so that they can support your event, yo. Because that's what's up. Because when y'all start having y'all events, y'all gonna want people to support your event. So yeah, that's what's up. Yo, Bree, what's up, Bree? Candy Cabals, Bree. Yo, shout out to Candy Cabals, Bree too, yo. Because some people, regardless of what they going through, yo, like you can never tell it. They still get up, go to work, and handle their business. Don't complain or nothing. You got blessings coming your way, Bree. So, yo, I appreciate you and the battle that you fighting and the fact that you still showed up here, even though you going through what you going through. Yo, that's major. Because anybody else would have made it an excuse. But the fact that you still show up, yo, that's what's up, yo. I love it. What's up, Real Spill? Reality, what's good? How you doing? Always good to see you. Hey, Asia, what's up, Asia? Track Star, what's up, Track Star? Hey, Aldo, what's going on? How you feeling? Journal J, what's up, Journal J? What's up, Miss Money Mo? Yo, Marta General. Hey, Marta General, you know something? My mother was talking about you the other day. It was like in a good tense. She was just talking about like how much you grown and all that stuff. Yo, and you know, she had a nerve to call you Marta General. She was like, yeah, Marta General. I was like, yo, what you know about Marta General? She like, I know the General. But yo, that's what's up though. What's up, Tay Bands? Good to see you, Tay Bands. Hey, Keith. Keith, you here? What's up, Keith? Yo, good to see you, yo. Rich said, I got a job today. I start tomorrow. Hey, that's what's up, yo. That's what's up. Jay Runner City, what's up? How you feeling? What's up, Squirrel? Hey, Naya. What's going on? How y'all doing, yo? Good to see you. Man, listen. Yo, we about to get Miss England on here because I got a serious question to ask. Come on, Miss England. Yo, I think I got everybody. Yo, is that Marcus Allen in here? Stop playing, yo. Stop. Who done hacked that man account, yo? Stop playing. That ain't the real Marcus Allen. I don't know who that is. Whoever that is posing under Marcus Allen, yo. What's up, yo? How you doing, yo? What is really, really good, yo? Sydney, what's up, Sid?
Joni.
Yo, where is this England? I thought I just saw
I'm
her.
here. I'm here. Where you at?
Oh, listen, I know what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, Eva, I was a little confused now, and I tried to set my little stuff up now.
Yo, I thought you did me like you did me last week.
You know what? No comment.
Yo,
hello, everybody. How y'all doing, HeartSmiles? So since she wants to go back to that, I will go back to that. How y'all doing, HeartSmiles? I really, really, really miss you guys. I do apologize for last week. I committed to you guys and forgot I had committed something to my own family. So always remember, you got to do prioritize, and I didn't do that. So I apologize. So however, but during my time that I was not with you guys, I was able to do some things so we can get ready for the new year. So I'm hoping y'all ready for this activity today.
Yo, we ready, but we got some questions. Oh,
Tania, go ahead. You
I'm
had a play.
Sorry, Tania said I skipped it. Tania, I'm so sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't see, YouTube, my eyes, my glasses. I'm a little old. I'm so sorry. But what's up? Good to see you.
Is that an excuse, Joni?
Yeah. I'm old. That's my forever excuse. I'm old. But Miss England, yo,
Yeah.
it's been so much for me to catch you up on. But yo, I gotta ask you this question. I want to show you this,
Okay.
and then I want to ask you this question. All right, because we've been having some serious conversations.
Mm.
It's just been crazy. So look, let me know when you can see this. Do you see this?
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
Do you see this?
Yeah. Mm. Wow.
Hey, Kaya. Kaya said I skipped her. My bad, Kaya. I see.
Is a butter and
But Miss England,
I see it, sis. I see it.
yo, I want to know how is this acceptable from any of our young leaders, yo? I like, and that's a real question. It's not a rhetorical question. It's not a question to be smart. Like, we on here every single week talking about professionalism, like rising above all the bull crap, how to handle yourself, personal branding. People is parents on here. So I'm just trying to figure out, yo. I don't get it. I don't understand.
So all I can say is you just keep showing up and providing a space, because what we can't do is make somebody do it. It's not like you have a gun to any of these kids' heads. Everything they do is volunteering. And again, that's why it's really important that they have to understand that when they show up, they have to be their self. And one thing I'm learning is that when people showing up, they're showing up as someone else. So when they leave, they're themselves. So who you see is the representative who they want to be. And that's okay. But I think we have to work on how do you get from starting with working with Joni and HeartSmiles, let's say starting with HeartSmiles, and how do you change those behaviors in between? Because it's not something that happened overnight. It's not like I jump on this week and then this week I ain't calling nobody no bitches or bitter, right? So it have to be small changes among themselves that goes with that. And a lot of times we bet and go back to what we know. That's all we know, bitches and bitter. I mean, we grew up with bitter, we grew up with bitches. That's all we know. So when you talk about leadership and you talking about branding and when you're talking about building, that could be scary, but in my space in your face is who I want to be. It's my future. I'm still sitting in my past. And that's what we have to strategize to help young people to move past that part. Now, did I answer the question?
Yeah, no, you did, and I mean, it kind of gave me a perspective too. And I guess my message is, I want people to show up in their authentic self. Like, you ain't got a front for me, but I also want you to be mindful of the doors that you lock yourself out of for future reference when you do stuff like that. Like, now, granted, this didn't happen today. I had this for like a couple of days, and I had to wait until I calmed down to actually even talk about it, because I'm all like, yo, at this point, it feel like sometimes like we just wasting our time a little bit. And it's like, I don't ever want to feel like that's the case. But I want people to know, like, look, we doing this because we believe in you. And I don't care what the reason, what the situation was, some stuff shouldn't happen. And that type of stuff just shouldn't happen. We should be well past it, especially young people in this space who consider themselves leaders. Now, for everybody else, if you don't consider yourself a leader and you just with the wish-wash people and you just regular, fine. I expect that from you. I can't expect nothing more. But when you step outside of being regular and when you really want to be successful and when you want to be a step above, now your expectation is higher. And this type of stuff is just unacceptable on any level. And it's like, yo, one day you're going to want to be at a career or at a job and somebody going to look at the crazy crap you posted and you're not even going to make it to the interview table because of that.
Exactly.
Somebody,
I
yo,
totally agree, but I think for you as being a founder of HeartSmiles, what I want you to understand is facts, right? And one of the facts that we know is that you have provided spaces. You got to look at facts as the founder and the CEO. You have provided spaces to remove them thinking. Only a couple are going to get it. You say it all the time. I might give it to thousands, but 100 only going to get it. right? So you just know that the facts is this. I provided boom, 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 boom. I'm sorry that outcome did not come out right, but look at other outcomes that have. And sometimes they'll come back, but you build that foundation. So I don't want us to take it personal. And I had to learn that for me, right? Because it's like, because I felt like there was some youth where it's like, dang, why would you do that? I did da da da. And I said, shouldn't I go through the facts? And the facts is you did this, you did that, you tried, they did this, did they that. Don't make a story out of it, because then the story becomes where you start getting frustrated of outcomes of a situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. And Vera has a great question for me. She says, how do you handle the pressure of being professional, Miss Joni? And for me, it all comes down to discipline and what you want more, and not being ruled by your emotions. Like, granted, especially when you are of younger age, your emotions drive a lot of your behaviors. And it goes back to that idea of what we say. Don't let your emotions drive. Your emotions can be with you, take them with you, but don't let them make the decisions on your behalf. And what do you want more? Do you want to say what you got to say freely? Or do you really want to be successful? And do you want to position yourself and brand yourself as a leader? Because as a leader and as branding yourself as something more, it's just certain stuff that you just can't do, especially in the public eye. We got spaces for that. Like just how Miss England just said, anybody know I cuss every other word in real life, but I know how to carry myself when I'm in my professional spaces and when I'm on my online platform, because it's some things that you just know as a professional that's acceptable and non-acceptable. And that's not about you diminishing who you are, but just making good choices for the people who are following you. Like,
and you know what, Joni, and that's one of the things I want us to talk about is people need to understand what type of leader they are. Just because you're a leader doesn't mean, what does that mean? A lot of people always say I'm gonna be a leader, but what do that mean? What are you leading? What are your purpose? What is your influences? Like, it is different from everybody, because I'm a different leader, right? Because I know that I'm a teacher. I know that I'm a connector, so I lead differently than other people lead. So you have to understand, everybody have to define what that looks like for themselves, what type of leader you want to be. You can't mirror your leadership style because somebody else does that. You have to define how your experience, your story, and everything makes you an authentic leader. What is that? And how does that look?
and Kaya, who posted, was she just said, I was wrong. But when a female puts her father in a place where he can't see his child because she feels some type of way, she's bitter. Kaya, so what, yo? So what? You can't let what somebody else do dictate how you respond and how you act. Like, and at the end of the day, right now, you got a baby boy looking up to you. What if he saw that post? Like, it's so much bigger than anybody else at this point. Like, I get it. I definitely understand. But like, no, you got to be past that. You got to be past that. Like, just simple as that. You just got to be past that.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Joan, that we do have to be passive. Akaya, this is one of the things about this exercise today is going to support you, because not only do you have to be passive, one thing to be a leader, you have to understand your triggers, so that way you don't respond in a certain way. And so when we do this exercise and go through, you'll know your triggers, so that when you know that that's a trigger that you're about to expose, or expose your true feelings in a negative way, you'll be able to be creative and find other ways to do that, where it be personal with just you. So everybody else will not know exactly how you feel. And I want us to think about that, because it's called strategic planning. And I had to do this recently because I was like, you know what? It's a new year. I strategic plan for so many other people in business. And I thought about it when I was listening to some other things as motivation people speaking. And I said, you know what? Why we don't strategic plan for our own life? Like, why we don't set boundaries and goals for what we want. And so as we have moved on in this year in HeartSmiles, as we know, we have did conversations straight from our heart. We did reflection letters. So that means some of us already have addressed some things that we have never said or never shared. So now it's time for us strategically to get out a piece of paper and a pen and make a map for our life. And then that way, when those little things come, you know how to redirect yourself, because then you be having an outline of which way to go. What you thinking, Joni? Because you got
Yeah. No, I'm agreeing. Definitely everything that you said. And Kaya said, I understand, but the first day he was supposed to see his child for the first time, bitter post was made, and I spoke on it because why mess up him meeting his child for the first time when he already missed so much. And again, I'm not saying that there's no reason for you to feel how you felt, but the way that you express it, like it was just wrong.
And
Like
Kaya,
it
being
ain't no
a
other way to
mother,
look at it.
and I'm gonna be honest, it was as a mother, I get your frustration of a mother with children with fathers, right? That just maybe sometimes doesn't make the best decisions. So what I'm gonna say to you, Kaya, is what I again, just like I told Joni, she a CEO of a product that she birthed. This is your child, right? So you gotta look at facts. You know that you were there. You know you're the mother. You know you provide. You cannot control anybody else's behavior. All you could do is think about what you can do, which what you have boundaries do, regardless of if he ain't there at a certain time to see their child, or if you think this, that's not your issue. That's his, right? So all you have is facts. Mm-hmm. That's it. I can take care of my child. I can do my best. I find a network, and we're going to talk about that today. All of that. But you can't go off of that one little thing of what you feel, because what you feel will create a story in your head, and then you will outlast like that. And then here is you got to pay it for it, right? Because you didn't take time out to think and sit and get those things out your head. So the importance of all of this is you have to always go with facts. That's it. And can't control people. You can't control people, can't control behaviors, and you can't control things. All you can do is control you.
You just talked about the jewel this morning. That was the jewel this morning. About things when things are outside of your control. Like when things are outside of your control, and you got to make that decision.
Wow, that's funny how I never really seen it, and we always align. I'm telling you. So I want y'all to get a pencil paper out. This we just going to do a draft because I will not be seeing y'all until after the new year. But this is something that you will be working with yourself. And on New Year, you want to hold yourself accountable to this path, right? And it's simple, y'all. Because think about it. I had to sit in the I said, you know what? People plan for us all the time. And I'm talking about even for me. Think about it. The president sit around and strategic plan for the whole United States. Who in the United States? Me. So they make a plan about me. Where I work, strategic plan how they're going to engage their employees. Who they talking about? Me. Everybody strategic plan. In Baltimore City, we just got a new mayor. What you think he about to do? Strategic planning on how he's going to move forward in his city. And who's going to affect? You guys. So why you don't make a plan for your own life? Everybody else making one. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Like, exactly. Yo, I love it. And look, I don't want nobody to get confused, especially you, Kaya. I only address this because I care and because you are worth it in my mind. Because there's plenty of crap that I see people doing on social media, and I see it. I don't say nothing about it at all. But no, I pull you up because I love you, because I care about you, and I expect more. And I know for a fact that you are going to be a great mother, but we got to work some of these kinks out.
Yep.
Can we do a letter today, Miss England, or you just skipped over that? Yeah, we got you. People been holding their letters, y'all.
Yeah, well, let's go then. Let's roll. I'm ready.
Y'all heard it. Yo, we about to get this letter on.
We might have to stay on at 7:30, but that's fine.
Huh?
Go ahead. Yeah, 7:30.
Yo, what? Yo,
I gotta give my family these strategies because it's a new life.
We gotta get these strategies. Yo, we got it. Listen, we about to get this, and look, we got Dr. Mo coming at 7:15 because she got the vaccine.
Oh, okay. So I'll go to 7:15 then.
Y'all hear Miss England? Yo, Miss England never gave y'all an extra minute.
Yo, I'm trying to do 7:30, but we're gonna do 7 because you know what, Joni, I really need us to understand that we have been a part of planning other people's plans for all their lives, but we never write our own. All
right, y'all let me know in the comments. Yes, Trent, I love you. You're gonna say, do I love you? Yeah, y'all let me know. This is the last winning Wednesday of 2020. Do y'all want to go with Miss England for 7:30? I can hit Dr. Mo up now and ask Dr. Mo to adjust her time to 7:30. We can bring her on at 7:30 just so Miss England can do that. Yo, y'all go it. But then that means we're going to be on until about 8:30ish. Y'all cool with that? Give me some hearts if y'all
And listen, don't hurt my feelings. Just be honest.
Yeah, don't hurt our feelings. Matter of fact, hurt my feelings.
just
Tell me like,
oh
man, they already okay. All right. Let me hit that. Let me tell Dr. Mo 7:30.
Okay.
They already,
okay. I couldn't even see nothing. No, that's it, Joan. So okay.
No, they is on it, y'all. They is on it. All right, y'all. We doing it. We doing it. We doing
I'm
it.
ready.
We doing it.
So you tell me, we want to do the letters first, or do they want the strategies first?
Which one you think gonna be the more intense? Like what do you want to lead off on? What you want to leave on?
I think we should leave on the reflections. Yeah, we should leave on reflections because they give people time to think. What you thinking?
I mean, it's totally empty. Right now, I only got one letter.
That's cool. Yeah, we should leave on that. Yeah, because they get out. Yeah, that's for a reason. Because then we can use that as how we can design it to as we leave off. Got it.
Okay, and he wanted feedback on his letter, so we gonna have time.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Absolutely. So this is what I'm gonna ask you to do. We're gonna start me at 7:10, and he gonna have the rest of the time.
That sounds good. Let's do it. Hold y'all Kleenex for a minute. We're gonna do.
Y'all might need some because this gonna be real. Get your pen and your paper out because we are really about to construct our life and move it forward. So what I mean by that is anything y'all did before 6/26, December the 30th, right? December the 30th, today is all gone. We starting all over. So you can breathe, you can relieve, you can be thankful because today you're a brand new person. Right now, at this minute, you are brand new. I want you to think about the people we lost this year based off COVID, the violence, and how you are still here. Think about the people that lost their jobs and still some of us trying to maintain. But we still here. We still showed up every Wednesday and we still here on this Wednesday. So that tells me right there from doing this from the first time we started and to now, if you're still here during COVID, you earned this map to your life. You earned to sit down to do this because you have gave everybody else a part of you, but you ain't even construct and got time to build what's inside of you and start thinking about what your life looks like without anybody expectations, nobody asking for an outcome, just you and yourself alone. So we about to get started. You ready, Joni?
Yes.
So first, and I'ma just tell y'all mine, but I want y'all just to write down the topic so y'all could do this on your own. But first you want to do is write down a mission, right? And we did this before Heartbeat. Some of us probably have one. And it's just a mission, not of your business, not of anything else, just your mission. Why do you think your mission was here on earth, right? And then you're going to write your vision. If you could do that mission, what would that look like? And for example, my mission in life is to support all human beings to become the highest human level being of themselves. That is my mission for my human self. My vision is that everybody will reach their highest potential in the world, that the world will be a better place because they brought their gifts to the world. So y'all got me? It was about me as a human being and what I believe, whatever that looks like for you, your mission and your vision. So after we did those mission and vision, you're just going to do some goals, but you don't have to write it down. I just want you to put goals under that. Just list goals because we're going to think about some goals. And as we go through that, now we got to get into the inside of who we really are. So now you're going to list your strengths, whatever that is. For me, I noticed that I'm a connector. right? And so you write down, what is your strengths? You know, do you have a strength for writing? Do you have a strength to sing? Do you what is your gifts? What is that? What is your strength? What fills you up when you do it? And then you're going to put, what are your weaknesses? I noticed that my weakness was hard to get over my trauma. It was so hard for me and we'll talk about that as we move on, because you'll see.
You said to get over
my trauma. That was my weakness. I was weak to that, right? It was saying, like, I thought I made it to a certain place, but soon as something come that triggered me, it would take me right back. And then everything that I thought about myself, I started back all over as being back who I was again. That was my weakness. I was always going back to the past and identifying who I was. So then this is the part that's going to knock y'all out. We're going to analyze your network. So there are 3 types of people in your life, right? And out of these 3 types of people, you have your confidants, your associate, and your comrades. And I'm going to tell y'all what they mean. Your confidants are your people who will, no matter what, got your back. Your ride or die. No matter what. You said, listen, I'm got this big idea. We about to do this. And you ain't got no money in your pocket. They like, we doing it. That's your confidence. You're going to write those people down. These are your people that got you. That's your network. They got you. They believe in your dream. When you come to them and say, I want to do this, they like, yes, let's do it. You're right. They right with you, right or wrong, they right there. Then you also have your associates. These are people who believe in what you believe in, but they really don't deal with you. So let me say that again.
Mm-hmm.
They believe what you believe in, but they really don't deal with you, right? And so what do that looks like? When you say, hey, I could say, hey, I want to partner with this youth program over here. And they love Miss England because Miss England bring all the youth. And their goal is to make sure all the youth in Baltimore come to their program. So they partner, but they don't believe in Miss England. They just believe that she could bring what she needs. These are your associates, your comrades. Those who don't believe in anything that you do, those who will fight against everything you do, but will use the resources and move on. They are your comrades. What do that looks like? When you say, we want to build this community because they need some support, and they say, I want to help. But then after you build and all of the resources is gone, they leave you stranded. And then they move on to someone else. They are your comrades. They only there to provide, to get the resources. When we go back to your associates is only there to get the talent that they need from you. But if somebody come in front of you that has better talent to get to their goal faster, they will leave you immediately. They are your associates. Okay? So I need y'all to write down and think about, who are your associates, who are your confidants, and who are your comrades. And you got to be strategic, because what I want you to understand, your associates and comrades is already planning without you. So you got to remember that on your talent. So once you have identified those things, now you're going to put, who's all the people who you support, who come for you for confidence, who come for you in need, who come for you because they need a couple dollars, anything. Put that down. Let's just put that down for a minute. And then when you're finished, I want y'all to analyze just your network and what that looks like in that web. And if you notice that your associates, your confidence, and those that depend on you the most is more than than the people. Let me say it again. If you notice that your associates, your comrades, and the people that you support list is longer than the other one, you off balance. Y'all got what I'm saying? Because what you're doing is you have less confident people. That means you got your ride or dies, you got less of them, but then you got your associates ready to fight for you, to take your talent. You got the convicts ready to take your resources. And then you got the other people to take your mental and all of your funding and anything else. So that leaves you at a negative. because you're not building up the other side. So we're going to learn how we do that, but we're going to do it strategically. And I think one thing I wish, and one thing I'm teaching my children is strategically, and I hate to say this, is that when you started moving and understanding your gifts, you just don't meet friends anymore. You have to be strategic in your friendships. And then your friends that you have now, you may have to see where they belong on your list so then you know how to deal with them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, that make a lot of sense. And just listening to you, I already know I'm lopsided.
Me too.
But for real, like it's very few people on that list as far as like confidence or whatever.
Yeah, and you're gonna work on it. We're gonna work on it because that's how I was. I was like, oh my goodness, I see why I'm balanced all everywhere, because it's like I may get to a point where I'm fulfilling something, but then when you got your associates right there cheering with you, yeah, and then when you feel it, they're gone because they took whatever you fulfilled after you built it. Then you got the comrades that took the funding that probably came with it or whatever resources. And then you got people waiting after you done that to say, well, what about me? I need some support.
But Miss England, but so what about people like me who's like naturally private and just kind of to myself anyway? Like I wouldn't never even like see myself with like a whole list of people who I can say that's real close to me. And it's not to say that is no good people, but just me, just how I am.
It's not a wrong thing. When we talk about confidence, we're going to talk about it. It don't have to be people. It could be things, and it not things. It can be people, but it could be books you listen to. That's what I mean. Motivation speaking. You got me? But it's how many times are you listening to that? How many times are you tuning into that to build that side of confidence? Do you ever?
So is this in the realm of like self-care, things that I do just for me?
All it is this whole assignment is about strategically planning to move to the next level as you as a human being.
Okay.
It don't have nothing to do with HeartSmile. It's just you and Joni. That's it.
You said it don't have nothing to do with HeartSmile. Dang.
It's just you. This exercise has not. Even when you talk about your associates, we don't even want to look at your part. I want you to just look at you. This is just about you. We going in a new year, different mindset. We worked on who we were. So now we got a strategic plan. What is our next step mentally for us?
That's crazy you said that, Miss England, because I was talking to Chaos Smoothies, I think it was last night, and she was asking me, like, what am I going to be doing, like, to like further self-care? And it's kind of into what you're saying, because I said I'm going to start using my Do Not Disturb feature on my phone. And like that don't have anything to do with HeartSmiles. That really has everything to do with me. Like right now, I'm available pretty much like 24/7, but I do want to start getting like my little space where it's like, you know what?
Nothing wrong with
that. I'm not available.
And guess what though, Joni? I think we don't do that because we felt guilty. Because you know what's we givers. So when we start building and doing other things, we feel so guilty that we don't want to be available. This will strategically teach us about ourselves or how we have to feel ourselves to be available and show up our best self. Because if you always available, John, there's no way you can show up your best self all the time. There's no way. Because you ain't having no time to charge. You charging, listening on the phone while you riding. Because I know you probably listening while you doing that. But yes, but are you taking time out to say, you know what, from this time to this time is about me? And it doesn't matter what that could be, but it's also where you're not just sitting and chilling. And we'll talk about that. It could be you're listening to a motivation thing. You're listening to, okay, say if you want to do something different, you want to start sports and HeartSmiles, right? Just example. So what you start doing now is researching companies who are doing that. So you're moving your next level in your business and yourself. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do we have any comments before I go on?
Yo, what? You got so many comments. I'll read a few. Adia said, I love being private. Sometimes I think I'm too private, but then I'm like, nah, it's no such thing. Ken said, the Do Not Disturb going to be our favorite, and then the Block going to be our second. Yolanda said, self-love. King Core said, put the little bedtime thing on the iPhone. Mars said the Do Not Disturb definitely helps me, and also the screen time.
So now, see, all of those things is going to help us to the next part. So now you know your mission in life, you know your vision. Now you looked at your network really, really, really good at who is really connected to me, to what I'm here for on earth. And now you can see how you can strategically, either if they're your comrades, work with them, and knowing that you understanding that these people will leave you, but you still had a goal in mind and it got done, and not making it personal. So now you know how to move and with all of the people in your network. The next thing for you is, from looking at your mission, your vision, and your network, you got to do objectives. What is your objective? Right? So I'm gonna give you an example. Again, mine was to to inspire everybody in the world to become their highest level of themselves. And my vision was to have everybody in the world just show up and the world would be a better place, right? So one of my objectives to do that is I have to be in tune in what type of leader I am. And how does it align to making sure that people I inspire and making sure people become their best self based off my leadership skills. So I had to do some objectives. That was one. I had to, because if I want to do that, I have to be a leader. So how do I do that? So then you do some actions. So my objective is I'm going to increase my skills in leadership. So how do I do that? Some action. Okay. So the action will be, for one, I will be reading the Harvard Business Review to keep up on the competitors, the leadership styles, looking at the trends, and when you're looking at funding and management. Looking at also, and then you'll put how many times a week would you do that? And when would that be complete? Do y'all got where I'm going at? You got me, Joni?
Oh yeah, they sound like a smart goal to me.
And it is, but I'm helping them out. So then you put your actions, right? Because what we want to do is you want to create goals, objectives, and actions, and you got to create a due date. Because if I'm saying that I want to inspire people all over the world and I want to become a great leader to inspire, I have to learn how to lead. I have to learn what's my leadership style. What barriers do I have in leadership? Or I'm afraid of speaking in front of people. Like I have to confront all of the things that comes with leadership. And what that starts with, look at the definition of leadership and then define it for me. And these are little steps that when you start understanding who you are, but not only that, you're breaking down to get into your gift. And then you're going to start molding your gift to where things going to start coming to you because you already wrote it. It'll come to you. Johnny, anything before I move on? Anybody say anything?
No, well, I want to acknowledge what Trackstar said. Trackstar said that I used to keep my phone on do not disturb until I started missing important stuff.
Wow.
So I just want to make it known, like I don't mean using it during the day. I mean like at night. So maybe like 10, 11 o'clock at night until like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, something like that. But and Ari said, what if you need help finding your mission? That's definitely something I've been struggling with, especially being my age. Everything is moving so fast. I'll be an adult in less than a year.
So let's talk about it. How do you define your mission? So for what I found out for me, I used to think my mission was just working with young people because that's what everybody told me I was good at. We got to remember and define it for you. You can't say just because people tell you something doesn't mean that's your definition of who you are. So I used to say, oh, but that's all I'm going to do. But when I realized when I was working and doing things to inspire, it was bringing something in me inside that you know when you do something, you just get happy and you feel joy and you get filled. That's when I knew this was my mission. So I want you to think about, and I think what happens today in society, that everything moves so fast, so they don't allow y'all to think or dream, which is created strategically. Again, y'all part of another strategic project, but it was created strategically so they could take away your dreams. And so we can have conversations like this and say, we don't understand what our mission is. So I want us to really be creative and sit back and think when you're doing, if you like to do hair, when you do that, what that makes you feel. If somebody say, well, you good at running. Well, if I run, I hate running, but I do it because my family like it. Is that really your mission? Like, what is it that make you feel good, regardless what anybody else say? You like, I really like this. Like, this is what it is. And people think that you have to be a basketball or a superstar to be famous. That's not famous. Like, famous comes on all different levels, right? I want to be famous, but I don't want to be known. Does that make sense? No, let me say this. I don't want to be famous, but I want to be known, right? What I mean is I want to be known as Miss England enterprise that bring in joy to people, but I don't want to be famous. That's a difference. So you have to decide what your destiny is and what that looks like. So I want you just to think about when you're doing things, when you're writing anything, and anytime that you feel like that's your joy, grab it, write it down, and keep doing it and birth it. So what I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. So Ava, I noticed that my daughter Ava, who's 7, can draw. She can look at you and draw. And we was like, wow, okay. First she was doing that. We was like, okay, I guess she's getting a little better. Then she started sewing. We was like, oh. So what I did, I went and I got my mother bought her a sewing machine. So we birthed her gift. Corey the same way. When she was little, Corey always been a dance and entertainment. We put Corey, make sure everything Corey did aligns with her gift. Corey went to Americans Has Talent. Me, Corey, and D ever been coordinating programs outside our house with no money and nobody know it. And they were coming in, we were giving jobs because we was birthing our gifts. The issue that we did that I didn't know as a mother was that my comrades and my associates, as I was birthing, was taking. So my gift was in poverty because it had nothing. So I want you to imagine that, right? What that looks like. So I had to learn how to do this strategy to ensure that it keep birthing and I'm moving to the next level and not stand at one level. Because it's like sometimes when we feel like we made it, you ever notice we stand still because we like, oh, we made it, we got it. And then it's like, no, it's another level, baby. You deserve more than that. I want everybody to get to the highest level they can possibly be. And the only way to do that is that searching in you yourself.
Yeah, no, I love that. Can I address one thing too out of Ariana's comments? Because the last part where she said, especially being my age, everything is moving so fast. I'll be an adult in less than a year. We are the only culture that puts so much emphasis on being an adult at 18 years old. If you look at the way other cultures like deal with their children, 18 years old, it ain't no get out, pay rent, you an adult, you out on your own. No, you are very still much kind of in that child transitioning into an adult, getting all the support from your family, pushing whether it be for you to go to college, trade school, turn the keys over to the family business, whatever the situation may be. But I just hate that our young people have that pressure that, oh my God, as soon as I turn 18, the world is changing. Now the rug is literally being pulled from under my feet. And some of the 18-year-olds that turn 18 years, like this year, like just watching them go through that, like it's just so sad because I'm like, don't no other culture treat their children like that.
And I agree, but think about what you just said though. If you think about it's design, we have to take that messaging out of our heads because in slavery, when they got free, what happened? Once they got a certain age, they would send to the army. So what happened? They started building people up for a certain age because they know that you have to leave your family one day. But then again, when you look at other cultures, you see them, how they support them and let them do their dreams and do whatever as they still stay home. We have to change that and what that looks like for the community. Like, honestly, because it changed for me because I would think the same way until I moved into the community that I moved in. And I watched the guy who landscapes my yard. When I moved here, he was a teenager. He was just like, hey, my name is so-and-so. And he would just, can you pay me? That was about 5-6 years now. Now he's sending me invoices. He has a team and all of that. He got 3 trucks sitting outside. He's still, So I look at that and it tells me like, wow, I see what they do. You know what I mean? Like he has the whole block. Like they builded him small. So we have to change our mindset. And those young mothers and these young parents that's online, you have to think about like what you want for your bloodline. Do you want to put them out at 18? We can't change the past, but what we can do is think about how we want our generation to look and how we want our bloodline to move. If you don't want to put your child out at 18, but then guess what? You got to start building wealth now. Right. And you know what I mean? Like real stuff. You gonna have to start building it so you can give your child an option to do those things. Like you have to now strategically plan how to do that for years. Like I tell my kids all the time, yeah, I'm truly blessed that my children made it where that they constantly think in an intelligent, emotional way, which meaning that they can drive business wise or whatever, because they've been doing this since they've been little. But the thing that I tell them all the time, I'm not, this right here with this England Enterprise, this ain't for you. This for my grandkids. Because I felt like, I ain't gonna be honest, they just got the best of me, right? They just got the best and wealth of me. But my grandkids, even them here or not, they're gonna have the wealth that they could say, you know what, Ma, De'Ara, Corey, I wanna sit home because grandma left this for me so I can do what I wanna do and I can do my gifts. Because that's what I want changed on my bloodline, right? Because you can, I got tired of coming to my mother telling her, well, you didn't do this, and I'm mad because of this, and I was bringing my own past and my own trauma to her, and I had to think about it. Well, you're a mother now, you got kids now, ain't no need to go back, change it.
Yeah, I was talking to a parent last week, Miss England, and this parent was like, Miss Joni, no disrespect to you, but my child can't participate in HeartSmiles. I'm sending them to Amazon to work because that's a real job. And I said, you know what? I said, I can't even argue with you because I understand the mentality that you're coming from. So for you, chasing your dreams, investing in yourself, I said, that's not even a thing. I said, for you, you think that them working and being successful is going out trading their back labor for $11 an hour. Working for $11 an hour. But I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I'm not even here to argue with you. I'm like, but just know that the people who are investing in this, they're going to do circles around you and your child within a couple of months or so, and you're going to be wondering how my child got left behind. And I'm like, because you threw them in the warehouse and told them that was the only way for them to make.
That's all they knew, though, Joan.
It's crazy.
Because that's all they know, right? Because that's all they know. Nobody ever, and honestly, that's why I said, as a CEO, you had to only go by facts. Nobody ever taught them. So it's facts that Joni have a program for entrepreneurship. It's facts that, you know what I mean? And it's facts that you have those things. And if they decide to participate, but all you could do is show and display, these are the things that happen with facts. This is the outcome, right? Here's a kid who making this much and doing this for their family because they went through the process. And that's another thing I think we need to talk about is that everything in life is a process. Think about it. Everything. To get from the womb to here is a process. To get into a school is a process, right? Everything is a process, and some of us has not seen and actually have faith to say, I'm gonna go ahead and let my child go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and do this and make sure that I bust my butt so they can follow their dreams because they haven't seen it. So what I try to do is be that billboard so they can see. I'm gonna let my babies go. Now, did I go through some almost lost the house and some other thing? Absolutely, right? But guess what the outcome of that is, though? We right here. We right here. And they still doing their gifts. And they still doing this and that. And so, yes, I went through it, but I had to retrain my mind of what it looks like. And one thing that I retrained was that money is just a tool. That's it. When you leave, they don't say how much you got in your bank account before we shut the grave real fast. How much she got in her bank account? How much we transfer? They don't do all that. Everything that you make, go to somebody else. Think about it. Think about Everything you work hard for, go to somebody else. Everything that you've done, go to somebody else. You can't take that with you. So let's think about the gifts that we can take. Because when you leave, you taking your gifts. Because you know what? When I leave, ain't nobody else can run England Enterprise like England as Chanel England. I left that. That's what I left. The money I'm worrying about, but everybody can know, like, dang, I remember Chanel. Because people gonna remember how I make them feel. They ain't worrying about the money. Because life is not about money. Life is doing what's right and bringing your stuff to life. That's it.
Yes. I
Anything?
love it. Yo, What It Takes got this very important comment said, our culture struggles with planting seeds of the worker's mentality. We don't allow exploration that can lead to a purpose-driven life. We put a lid on potential. No one has broken the cycle. You know what you know. Like, yes.
You broke the cycle, because think about it. We only doing what we knew from slavery. They got us up, and what we do? We went to work. Came home, did our kids' hair, did work with the farm, work with the people, and then we went back to work. It's designing us. So even like when Joni made the comment, like, hey, I'm thinking about putting my stuff on Not to Deserve. I'm like, it's okay. Because that's what? You earned that. We had to understand that it's okay. You earned, John, you at a point now when you earned to say, you know what, 9 to 5, I'm good. I know that's not what you want to do, but you earned that. If you choose to do that, that's what you earn. Don't feel guilty. Think about the facts again. And when you look at the data of how many people you have inspired and moved the needle from poverty to middle class. See, that's what matters. Sustainability matters. That's what matters. So you earned that. That's what we have to learn, right? We can't be guilty of things that we earned. We gotta be bold about what we know our gifts are. We can't be quiet and let people plan for us. We can strategically plan for ourselves. And we can't be mad when people don't invite us to the table. Because guess what? You create your own. It's not that hard. You want to do something, call up a group of people and create your own table and strategize on other people like they've been doing that for years. Not hard.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. England.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I love it. We at 7 o'clock, though.
I know. So I know we about to go on to. So what I'm just saying as we move, I'm hoping that people have your personal development plan done by the new year or whatever. It's all up to you. I just say, mine's is done. So when you see me talking different and looking different, that's because the level already hit. And it's okay, because you're going to be like, Ms. England, I'm playing about the other level. I sure ain't, because I deserve this. I've been wanting this. And I've been losing out because I ain't had no peace, because I couldn't capture it. All the noise and the distraction was taking it. Right? When the young lady said, everything moving so fast, baby, when you learn that it's designed that way, you'll start thinking differently. Exactly. It's designed to move fast. So it can catch all your dreams, catch all of the things you're thinking, and you'll never go back to birth what you really, really want to do. And it's designed fast to move fast too, so they can make you be who they want you to be, and you will never be your authentic self.
Yes. And before we get into our letter, I know you said that mine wasn't supposed to be nothing about HeartSmiles, but I can't help. No, for real. No, sis. Look, it ain't even really like HeartSmiles, but I already know that when I think about me leveling up personally, it is through the heartbeats.
Yeah, God.
Like they're leveling up, like them taking on more responsibility, getting more projects, building their social capital, and really kind of putting me into a space where I'm like no longer needed. Because I was doing this interview today. This lady from California was interviewing me for a piece of something that she's doing. And she was all like, what's your goal for HeartSmiles? And I said, to not be needed. I'm like, that's how I know that I've done my job, when I'm no longer needed, when HeartSmiles is no longer needed, when we are just a supplement to all of the good and great things that young people are already exposed to. Like, I don't want them to meet Miss Joni and all of a sudden Heart Smiles is the first real place where they feel accepted. That should already been done. I don't want people to get here and this is like the first real place where somebody believed in them and poured into their vision and poured into their dreams. I'm glad and blessed that we able to do it, but I want that to be just a birthright, like just something that people like, something that you get and you ain't got to fight for. And that's what I was telling her. So like just listening to you and thinking about what's leveling up for me is like me being able to fade more into the background and really having our heartbeats leading and mentoring and doing all the things that they know is right to help build up the next generation.
And so then now we have to figure out how do we do that authentically, doing John authentically through Heart Smiles. How do we build that? Because that's what you want. So you basically saying you want a Heart Smiles where you ain't needed, but there's a space where everybody gifts will be counted for and they running their own gifts. That's all you saying.
Yeah.
And how do we get there? Is that like, how do we get every individual to feel confident enough to be a CEO of their gifts and bring and market it where it bring revenue, where it takes them out of poverty for sustainability for years? So that's how we'll get there, and that's how we'll go through that process. How do we get
exactly. to that? Exactly. Yeah. And Tania said, I don't know how I just feel, how I feel about what she said. What part, Tania? Let me know. I want to know.
Yeah, let me know too. Yes.
Yes, definitely let me
Be
know.
An open book. Come on now, because I may not be right all the time.
Listen, I know I'm right never of the time, but I might not be right, but I'm always real in what I say. Like,
but it's real. Your philosophy, so you can never be right or wrong.
I'm dead serious. Like, and I never claim to have all the answers or nothing like that. But Tania, let me know what part you was talking about, because that's important. Yeah. And I'm about to get to this letter. I got your letter. I'm about to get ready to get to the letter. Get y'all Kleenexes.
Yes, let's get started.
Get your Kleenex. All that. Oh, Charles said about not being needed. I know. Yeah, about me not being needed.
I think that's a good thing, because that means that you build them up to be strong where they're no more in need. I think they should look at it in a great way of you're no more in need of any resources to be successful because you already got it.
Anea said, I never knew I was going to get here, but because of God and my family and Heart Smiles, I am.
I know that's right. Yeah. Yes.
I feel you. Yeah, no, thank you. Look, don't get my little ice box all warmed up, Charles and Tania. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. You know, say, can he get a hint on who letter we about to read?
Listen, don't say I don't even know. Listen, it's all up to the person who write it. If they want to know, let y'all know. It's up to them.
Yo, you ain't never even lying. Miss England, do you remember our hold up. You remember our room?
When we was in our room?
9519?
No, oh yeah. You talking John Hawkins?
Yeah, y'all.
Like, wait a minute, huh? Yeah. I missed my room.
I got a surprise for you. King Core said you always gonna be needed. Thank you, King Core. Charles said I understand, but it's just like hearing you say it. Thank you so much, y'all. Y'all stop, y'all. My icebox. DJ.
What's going on? I thought you had a letter.
I do got a letter.
I miss my
DJ, take yourself off of mute. We can't hear you.
All that and we can't hear you.
Come off of mute.
Hold up. Here we go.
I miss my.
Here we go.
Yeah,
thank
you.
This our old room, y'all. He in our room. DJ, can you take me up to the table that I used to sit on?
Used to irk my nerves.
Yo, I used to sit on that table, yo.
Oh, our room.
Yes. Oh my God. I used to sit right on this table, y'all.
You never know how much you miss something till it's gone. Just
oh my God.
Oh, I miss
What up, Heart Smiles?
Danny.
What up?
Hey,
What up?
Danny.
Hey, what's going on? How
Oh,
y'all?
I miss
Yo,
you.
thank
Miss
you
y'all
for
too.
doing this.
It's all good. I mean, I'm here. I told you, I'm always in the chat room. I'm always listening. I'm always paying attention.
Oh, wow,
I'm
Danny.
around.
Yo, and he did our Secret Santa.
I seen a picture. That is amazing.
Yeah, shout out to everybody, especially Naeem, hitting me every day.
He glowing now. Don't even worry about it.
Word. Yeah, definitely good
That was
seeing
a
y'all.
wonderful surprise.
Yo,
Danny
ain't
in the
it?
room.
Yes, yo, it can say, and I used to give out my blessings. Yo, I used to give out $100 bill every week from that table he at right now. Every week, a crisp $100 bill, yo.
Y'all little
That's where we used to
buffet
have our
table.
food.
Y'all buffet table. Yeah, man.
I missed that right about now.
Yo, we had everything, yo. Oh my God, yo.
Raven Heartbeats, we used to love our food, didn't we? Oh my goodness.
Yo,
That was one of the highlights of Wednesday, what we was getting. It got so serious that we talked about the vendors. You don't remember that, Joan? We was like, what vendor is this coming today?
Yo, and Marta General was in charge of the vendors and with the menu. I like, all right, tell us what you want to eat. Look at our screen.
That's amazing.
Wow. Oh my, thank you so much, for giving us this small piece of joy. Yo, the chairs lined up by the window. Remember, I used to make everybody move the chairs. I like, no, at the table, we start at the table.
Thanks to COVID, ain't no chairs in here.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you show them the window though? Because we used to look over there and looking at
that view, yo.
That view. I want y'all just to see that view. The view. Look at that view, y'all. The view was amazing. And we used to sit and just dream and just look out over the city. That was amazing. Danny, This is amazing. Those who wasn't there, I'm so sorry that you missed out on a wonderful opportunity.
I know, man. Oh my gosh, y'all.
Those that know me, they know me. Those that don't know me, just know I'm always around. I may not have, the HeartSmile logo on my shirt, but I'm here with y'all. If any of y'all ever need anybody to talk to for a male perspective, feel free to hit me up. I don't have no problems. You know what I mean? I'm there with y'all.
That's so nice. Johnny, I just want you to know you better get him a shirt. That was a little shade. The tree just came.
I've been throwing that shade for about 2 years now.
Johnny did real. I had your back, Danny, because she did real good. Johnny know real good how to use the face when she tried like she don't hear you. So she got She got
emails start coming in all of a sudden.
Right. She just started. She don't even say nothing, Danny. You think the screen's frozen? She just.
Hey, yo, chill, stop, yo. Yo, we gotta get to our letter, but thank you so much, DJ. This was a small piece of joy. Thank you so much.
Never a problem. Anytime you need me, I'm here.
Oh, okay, we'll see you later.
See.
See, Danny.
Yo, yes. Now y'all see our space that we used to be in, yo. Now y'all see our space.
And let me tell y'all something that's real funny, real fast. So I don't know how my schedule gets on my grandmother's phone. So every Wednesday at 5:00, Chanel, it's time. I be like, Grandma, I know. I know. I'm here. I know I got to be there. So I just want y'all to know, my grandmother even gets a little thing every Wednesday for HeartSmiles, okay? So
hey, Grandma.
So, give her a little shout out. She's my Lord. I be like, Grandma morning. I don't know how you get in my emails, but we're going to talk about that later.
Hey, Grandma.
All right. Ready for the letter?
Y'all ready for a letter? Yes. All right. Get y'all little Kleenexes and all that. Hold on to your icebox. Dear young Naeem, you may be diagnosed with autism and all, but that's not who you are. You may have caused violence within other people's children and all, but you are not an angry Black man. You may not be perfect, but you are far from being irrelevant. You may be intelligent and smart, but that doesn't title you as a nerd. You may have been continuously beaten down almost every year from elementary to middle school, but that does not make you a loser. You wanted to be that violent type, but you couldn't handle the power. Your father left out on you when you were 13, so you never even had another man to look up to, but you did something that your father was afraid to do for your household, which was commit as a man. Now your mother calls you the man of the house along with your two brothers. Since then, you have never settled for less. Even though you lost a sibling, you never let that get to your head because all you wanted was to make your family proud. You may have seen the darkest moments in your eyes. Naeem.
Thank you, Naeem, for sharing. Wow.
Powerful.
That was so powerful. So it was so many words that I heard, like violence, not relevant, death, um, all of the things that I see that beat people up, that take away their power and their gifts. And me and Naeem, him texting and calling and looking at his gifts that he don't even know I be saying he be doing with the apps and everything else. So what I'm about to say to you, Naeem, I want you to take it personal, but I don't want you to think I'm attacking because this is something that I really, really feel. I think what you have is so great that you about to break this whole technology thing with this mind that you have, that is going to be so powerful. And that's why you getting beat up because they don't want you to birth it. So all of this, I apologize that you experience these things. And I'm gonna be honest, I say this to my children, my oldest, because she gets it. I said, sometimes I'm happy you went there because it's gonna build you. Without a story, your gift that what you supposed to do, Naeem, is gonna be beyond anybody could think about right now. I don't even think you probably can capture what you're gonna give to the world. I don't even think you really get it, right? But when you start strategically thinking and them thoughts come to you and you move away electronics and think for a while and strategically think about everything you went through that you talked about in this letter and how you still survive, because that's resilience. And resilience means no matter what you said, I'm going to do this. So that right there is your power, that we know that whatever you have, that whatever your hands or that want to create, Google and them other companies don't even know they got a 15-year-old on them. And I don't think you got it, Naeem. That's why I got to get you in a place to be strategic. Because right now we so used to the messaging that sometimes the messaging will confuse you. And the gift that you had right now, you know who your competition is? Google. The app developers, right? People who making millions of dollars. That's your competition. And the difference between you and I guarantee you, if you sit down and ask them where they was born, how they made it, their story is, I went to college, my family had money. But Naeem, your story is different. You have a story to say. And before I got here, my father left me. I got bullied. They said I had autism. And then after that, the people that look like you and people said about you, they're gonna be like, you know what, I could do it too, because Naeem making $1 billion based off him just using his gift. And he didn't believe anything that people said. So on that note, you were special. People understand anything they get bullied, they ain't the special one. You get bullied because you're special. I had to learn that. People pick on you because you got something that they don't have and they don't know how to express and say they jealous. And people think it's money. People be jealous of your gift. So Naeem, I'm just so grateful that you shared that. right? Because I felt it. And so when we go back in years from now and you sitting in 18, 19, and you sitting with founders of people, well, people have been done great things and they're your mentors, just remember, as England said, my story was going to make room for me. But you got to keep your hope and keep staying strong with your gift. Keep looking at what the Google and I'm doing. Keep researching and stuff. Because I guarantee you ain't gonna need to be sitting at their tables, Naeem. You're gonna be at your own table. They're gonna be begging to sit at yours. Because they're gonna want to understand, how did you still have the mind to think when you had all of them other things around you? And nobody can figure that out. See, that's one thing that we have in our culture that people don't want to talk about. We can have so much that happen in our life and we still can grow and still bring out gifts to be successful. And Naeem, you got it. You have just shown us and displayed that how powerful you was, and you didn't even know it. So I'm grateful that you was allowed HeartSmiles to be a part of your gift, and that you allow other people to, use you. But I want you to, Naeem, find out who your associates, your confidence, and who your comrades is too, because this is going to be important in your process. Very important.
Yeah, man. You know what part hit me? Miss England real bad. The part where he talked about losing his sibling. Yeah. And like that part hit me bad because even though, so like today was my first day ever seeing Naeem in person, but he did go and do a volunteer thing for us. I wasn't there, but he did a volunteer thing when we were doing like the whole voting situation for Black Girls Vote. And his mom, Miss Wendy, is very, very, very protective of him. So when I was talking to her on the phone, like you could just hear the pain in her voice. She was like, Miss Joni, she said, I done already lost a son. I can't lose another one. She said, I don't let Naeem go nowhere. She was like, but if he tell me it's for Miss Joni, it's for HeartSmiles, she's like, I will gladly let him go. She was like, so yes, you can send the Uber here to come and pick him up. She was like, Miss Joni, I'm trusting HeartSmiles with my baby. She was like, I lost one. I can't lose another one. And just reading that in his letter took me back to the pain that was in her voice. It was like pain mixed with hope because she could see like what he was doing and the fact that he was so adamant saying, I gotta go and give back. I gotta volunteer. I gotta do this. And like him not letting autism define him, like starting his letter off that strong, like owning it, like, oh my God, like it is really inspiring, and it makes me look up to him, and it makes me just feel so hopeful for his future and where he's going. If already you got the strength to not let a label that somebody puts on you own you, but for you to own that label and to define yourself and tell people who you are versus having the world tell you.
And let's get back to the label, because the world made the label, baby.
Yes.
The world made the label. Like, so we don't even know if that's concrete. I mean, that's just me personally. The world made the label. But one thing about when you're ready and you move to the next level, everything that's connected will move smoothly. So when, in spite of the mother pain, she felt it. She knew it. She knew that this alignment right here is going to take my child where I need him to be. That's when you know you align. She knew it. And in spite of her pain, she said, you know what? I'm just trusting I'm going to let it go because he got to fulfill his purpose. And that's an example, y'all, when we talk about when full circle. For one, let's talk about it. He came in and told y'all what the world see as weakness, he said it in the first part of his letter.
The first part.
The first part. That's powerful. That's power. And we got to learn, how do we use our power? And the day you used it, because you want people to know, in spite of the label that they say I am, I got other things that's come before you just see the label. But let's get to know Naeem. And that's what we want. Because unfortunately, a lot of young people get in the morgue and nobody don't know who they were. They were labeled.
Yeah.
Or people getting locked up. Nobody don't know who they were, but they were labeled. But all of them had gifts and talents. Everything, and they just wasn't used. So, Naeem, I thank you. I'm looking forward to when you talk to me 4 or 5 years from now, and you be like, "Miss Ennis, guess what I did?" And I'm gonna just be like, "I already know it was coming." I look forward when you say, me and my mom moved and we out of here and we somewhere. I'm looking forward to all of that. I'm looking forward, the most part I'm looking for, Naeem, for you. And this is me, that what I feel. Then this when I tell you all about how I know my purpose is to inspire, because I feel the most part that I'm looking forward for you, Naeem, success gonna come. So I'm not gonna say, I know that's gonna come, is peace for you and your mom and your siblings. It's peace. Peace does so much. And that's what I pray for you guys. And I want you to seek that. Because if you have that peace, you ain't got to worry about trying to stay strong in a tough situation.
Yes. Yes. Can I touch on one
That whole lot,
more
yeah. You
part
can touch on anything, Joni. Yeah, that was a lot.
was just so critical for me? The part where he said you wanted to be the violent type, but couldn't handle that power. Like, that just speaks so much to what a lot of young men and women too, young ladies must be battling. Like, you want to be something and you allow that to control you because you think that that's who you have to be and that's who you need to be. But what he talked about in his letter is really having like complete control over yourself and saying, look, I recognize that ain't what I want to be. That's not the type of power that I want to have or the type of power that I want to exude. And it's just like everybody's so quick to pick up a gun or to jump somebody or to bully them online and all that. And here this boy is saying, I wanted to be that, but I didn't want that power. Like, to me, like, that was just a powerful statement.
Very powerful. And that talks about how he's disciplined.
Very much.
You know, that talks about discipline. And it's hard to live in a world where you have so many images that tell you how to be and how to look and how to act. And then you're under so many labels and you don't even know it, right? So it's hard to be that. So to be that young and identify and say, this is where I want to be. And I'm going to be honest, living outside of that, right? Because if you always yelling and fussing, people will always say you violent or you're aggressive. So what did you become? You become violent and aggressive, right? Mm-hmm. So you start living up to the titles that people say. And he said, I'm going to fight against that. I'm not going to do that. And that's why I know that he's gonna be great, because he understood and identified that don't matter what these messages around me or what I see, I know that's not where I want to do, and that's not who I want to be. And that's the first step to saying, I'm going to take control of my life. Can't get mad at you, Naeem.
Yes.
I'm going to just say this, though, Naeem, there's some grown men ain't got that yet, okay?
Come on now.
I'm just saying, okay? Just throw that out there, grown men, if you're listening.
Come on now. Now, I ain't say, I don't cry as much, but this made me shed a tear. Baby, you are worth that tear and so much more.
You are worth so many. And I ain't cry all the time, baby. Get all of them tears out. Let them out. Let them go. Because what we're doing is cleansing. Cleansing is purging, removing things. We making room for when you sitting with the CEO of Google and you asking him, when he come to you and ask you, Naeem, how did you figure that out? Because I don't know.
Come on, man.
We got to prepare you for that. Cry. Get it all out. You got to cry every day by yourself in your room, in the bed. Do that. That doesn't make you weak, baby.
Yes. I can't believe we so at our time. Like, we wait over our regular time, but like,
listen,
man, thank you, Miss England. Thank you.
Listen, y'all. I just want to thank HeartSmiles for this journey for me, because I could never bring anything to you guys if I didn't experience it first. So it's been a journey for me, because I had to go through these skills and these strategies first before I bring them to you. I never want to be a person where I say, do this and that, and I never did the process myself. But what I want us to understand that I had to learn, honestly, as a grown woman, I'm giving y'all these tools now. Everything is a process. What you need to figure out is what part are you in the process. That's everything. Everything that you do is a process. It's a process. So you have to figure out what part do you play. And I want you to make sure that you take in control of who you are in your life. Don't lose out on your authentic self. Don't try to be somebody else. God already made them. Why do you need to? Everybody is designed differently. It's okay to look different, walk different, talk different. It's okay to think out the box. 2021, y'all, it's going to look different. Everything's going to look different. People that used to praise in the church and used to have the nice dresses and the suits now looking like us, right? So the world is looking different. Everybody that's on here has a gift that's about to birth that is needed, but it looks different than anybody ever done it before. The issue is we can't be scared and we have to be bold. And we have to know our stuff through research and facts. You got to. So on that note, I'm saying it's going to be a great new year. I'm looking forward to it. And England Enterprise Luncheon is coming. Everybody is invited. We love you guys. And we are so grateful for this opportunity to come in your room, your living room, or wherever you are, just to work on you, because this is what we do. I love you.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Ingrid. Last session of 2020 was banging. Next Wednesday, 2021. See you next year.
Next year.
Thank you. I see you next year, sis.
See you. Bye-bye. I'm tell sis I'm sorry I took her time, but you know I love. Tell Doc I love.
No, it's all good. We good. We good.
Okay, I don't want her to be coming after me. See y'all. Bye-bye.
See you, sis. Yo, what a powerful conversation, yo. Like, I really be feeling like I never want Winning Wednesdays to end. Like, I never want our conversations with Miss England to end because they just be so enriching. And Naeem, like, yo, definitely, yo, we love you more. And it's just a blessing to have you as part of our family. So, like, thank you for being you. Look, Dr. Mo about to come on here in a second. Anybody who is in the year-round program, yo, please make sure y'all responding to the Slack messages that Ms. Sushma put up there, yo. Like, for real. And look, just on the side, if you don't have your notifications on for your Slack, turn on your notifications for your Slack and just make sure that you're doing whatever you got to do to keep the communication going, so that way it ain't never no problem. All right, so make sure y'all do that. And we about to keep this thing rolling. I'm supposed to be telling y'all, go be productive. Go do something towards your goals. Go do something that's connected to your success. That's what I'm supposed to be saying. But y'all got me hemmed up. So we about to have this real conversation, y'all, about this vaccine. Yeah, Jada J said definitely went out with a bang, right? We got to hear this vaccine right now is probably the most controversial thing happening in the world. Not just in Baltimore, not just in America, yo, in the world. Like, this thing is a big deal. And we got our own Dr. Mo, who actually got the shot. She got it a couple of days ago. So whatever questions you have, like, get your questions, like, all that, because this is going to be the space for us to really talk about this. And then I see you, you'll say, I ain't taking it. I'm sorry, I'm scared. Listen, it's a lot of people that feel like that. And low key, that's part of the reason why I really need to have this conversation too, because I'm frightened myself. Like, for real. But I don't want to speak on something that I really don't have any knowledge about in terms of the vaccine. I know how I feel personally. I know about some of the historical things that has caused all this mistrust and all that. I know about those things, but I don't know about the vaccine per se. And it's an important conversation because it's so relevant right now. So here go Dr. Mo. We're about to get Dr. Mo on here, y'all. And we gonna light her up because it's like, yo, you got this thing? We need you to answer all the questions. Charles said, I'm gonna get it if I can. Yo, I feel you, Charles. Look, I got questions. That's all I'm saying. I got questions, and I understand where the mistrust is born from. People didn't just wake up and say, oh, we don't trust medicine, or oh, we don't trust hospitals. Like, things happen. A lot of bad things happen that kind of built up to getting us at this moment. So I need to talk about it. Dr. Mo, what's up? You on mute. You gotta take yourself off mute. Where the mistrust is born from. People didn't just wake up. Yo, it's okay. Go ahead. Look, get yourself together. I hope that ain't a side effect, yo. I'm for real.
Okay, we're good. Hi, guys.
What's up?
How are you?
Yo, I'm good. I'm blessed. I want to thank you for being so transparent and having this conversation, because not a lot of people will be willing to take time out of their day to like talk about this on a real level. So I just appreciate you in advance, because this is important, yo. We hear
It's
all
so
kinds
important.
of things. I just heard today that some people who got the vaccine, they were negative for HIV. After they got the vaccine, now they positive for HIV. No, I'm for real. And you know, I don't be believing that stuff, but I say, you know what? I need to bring it to the expert and to somebody who has it, just to kind of see, like, if people really just making this stuff up, or is it really some substance into some of these negative side effects and stuff that people say, oh, no, I'm for real, yo. Autumn said, don't play. I'm for real, yo.
Well, we should talk about the stuff that there is substance in reality for, but I'm willing to bet there was some other activities happening in the meantime for that person.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
They was running amok, basically. They got the vaccine and thought they was invincible.
Maybe.
You know what? Listen. All right. First of all, when did you actually get the vaccine, and how was it like for you going in?
Yeah, so I got it on Monday, and the process was really easy. It was super quick. I mean, I think for me, it might be different than when it comes out to more of the community, because right now they're doing all of the doctors, all the nurses, like people who work in the hospital. So they have like a really like quick system so that you're not wasting your time during your day to go get it done. But they're really, you know, like a nurse sits down with you. They ask you if you have any questions. They give you reading material, just like you're supposed to get with every vaccine you get, whether that happens or not. I'm not always sure, but you know, they give you stuff to read. You're allowed, they give you access to reading it ahead of time too. So if you guys have at your doctor, if you have my chart or whatever, so they'll actually give you a link so that you can read about the entire vaccine that you're getting. And then they give you time to ask questions. Then they tell you they ask you if there's anything you're worried about. And then basically it took like 10 seconds to get it, and then they ask you to sit there for 15 minutes just to make sure you feel okay. I felt completely fine afterwards. I did start to have some arm soreness that night, and that lingered into Tuesday, and today I feel back to my normal self. But I didn't experience anything other than some pain at my arm.
And Yolanda says, so are you COVID free now? And Journal J wants to know, can you travel without a mask?
Those are great questions. So because, so first of all, it's not something that like cures you of COVID. It basically is something that is supposed to help protect you from getting COVID. And actually, it's really important to know that there are 2 shots. So you get one, and then 3 to 4 weeks later, you do have to get a second one. And so it's supposed to protect you from getting the virus. We recommend that everybody still does all the things that we've been doing for the past almost year now, which is wearing a mask, staying 6 feet away from people, if you're not feeling well, to stay home. So all of the other things that have been going on, those shouldn't change for now.
So Autumn says, does the shot mean you are at low risk of getting the virus?
So I would say at this moment, not right now, because you have to get two. So basically, you know, when a vaccine gets made, they do experiments and they have people take the vaccine and then they see how well they do. And all of the information that we have is for people who got both shots. So the first shot and then a shot again in 3 to 4 weeks. So until that time, I would say I wouldn't consider myself any different than I was a week ago, if that makes sense.
And I want to know this for me. Like, if you wasn't a doctor in the medical community, would you still have gotten a shot, like, just for you personally?
It's a great question. And I think it's a hard question, right? Because part of the reason I have a lot of the information that I do, or I feel like I can trust some of it, is because I'm part of the field, right? So maybe I'd be feeling like some of the kids are feeling right now, or some of the parents are feeling right now, that they don't trust the system. And I think maybe since I'm in the system, I trust it a little more. And because I have the medical background to read things and know what makes sense and what is kind of like, nah, like I read that and I'm like, that's misinformation. They're misguiding people by wording it like that. I have that knowledge that helps me. But yes, I would say even non-healthcare professionals, everyone, I say you should get it. And I would have gotten it, I think, if I wasn't a doctor.
And with everything like that you read, like it seemed like super legit that they were able to do it so fast. Cause like that was part of like my personal concern. Like if it normally take us years to do vaccine and to make sure that it's safe, how all of a sudden 60 minutes, now we got a vaccine and then it's safe?
Yeah, it's a really, really good question. I think there's a lot of reasons for that. So I think, first of all, we're in a pandemic. And I think you all, just as everyone else knows, that it has been horrible and people have been dying. And so when crises happen like this, we actually do have plans that are already in place before they happen to say, okay, if something like this happens, these are the things that have to happen to make sure we keep people safe. So if we get to a situation like this, we think about these things ahead of time. So if we get to a situation where there's some virus that's not controllable, how are we going to make a vaccine? How can we do it quickly? The other thing is that because we're in a pandemic and it is affecting everyone around the world, all of these different organizations came together and basically said, this is what we need to do. They put money towards it. They put their people towards it. So other times things haven't come together that quickly. Also, it's 2020. And although 2020 has been pretty terrible for a lot of people, our technology is a lot better. So things are able to happen a lot more quickly. It is a good question though, because you're right. It did happen more quickly than it usually does. And it's something to think about. But we do know that people who've had the vaccine, they've been 95% protected from the virus.
Yeah. Journal J want to know about side effects, and also Tay-Ban's made a comment about side effects too. Like, can you talk about some of the side effects? Journal J said, what are some of the worst side effects? And Tay-Ban says she's seen a lot of video where people are getting the vaccine and then bad side effects are happening.
Yeah, so let's talk about the most common side effects first. So you all have probably had some shots in your life. So really the same side effects that you can get from most shots, you could get from this. So you could hurt at your arm, you know, there's a needle going through, so you could have redness, you could have pain, soreness there. That's the most common. You can also have headache, you can have some body aches, you could have a fever. But all of these things are basically showing you that your immune system is reacting to the virus and it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Those are the most common side effects: headache, fever, muscle aches. Those things should go away within a week though. If they aren't, then that might mean that something else is going on. Like maybe you did pick up a cold or something just from being out and about. You can also, so talking about some of this other stuff about all these videos that are out there. So I think it's important to think about this the same way you think about all the other nonsense that's on the internet. So there is some stuff that you guys know you see on the internet and it's not real, or the way that it's portrayed is not actually the way things happen. And the same thing happens with things like this. So yes, some people have had an allergic reaction to the shot. Has been very rare. I see someone asking about fertility. So there has been this group of people who have been spreading these claims that it can make you infertile. That is not scientifically proven at all. And in fact, the doctors who take care of women who get pregnant are recommending that all women, especially if you're pregnant, that you should be prioritized to get the vaccine sooner than other people, because pregnant women, when they get COVID, we've seen them get really, really sick, and some have either died or even lost their babies as well.
Mm. So some people are literally making up some of this stuff then. Like, it's just not true at all.
Unfortunately.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Autumn said, is it like the flu shot as far as you get sick afterwards so your antibodies can learn to fight it?
So it's different than the flu shot. So the flu shot, basically what they're giving you is an inactivated virus. So like a dead virus, a dead version of the flu virus is what you get when you get the flu shot. This doesn't have that at all. So basically it has something that is basically telling your body what the virus looks like so that you can build all of your immune system against it. But it is the same idea, that it's kind of like telling your immune system what to do and what to create so that you could fight the virus if you were to come into contact with it. So it's similar in that way.
So how would some people automatically have it then? Because the Red Cross told me I got the antibodies.
The COVID antibodies?
I ain't getting no shot, yes. And I ain't getting no shot. But I got O positive blood. And she was explaining like that had something to do with it. I don't know. It all went over my head. But why would some people have it and some people need to take this shot to get it?
So that's sounds like some misinformation as well. Your blood type does not determine whether you need the vaccine or not. Everyone at this point, unless you have, all of us have other health conditions at times. So those are things that, on a one-on-one basis, I could talk to different people about if they want to, but assuming that you're healthy, your blood type should have, regardless if you're healthy or not healthy, your blood type has nothing to do with whether you should get the vaccine or not.
All right, well, thank you for that. Yo, this is good. Yo, Journal J said, can you share the documentation with us? The documentation that you was talking about earlier. You can?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Yo, that's perfect, yo. Jay Run the City said, do you glitch? No, she don't glitch.
What does glitch mean?
Probably one of the little.
Oh, like Twitch.
Yeah, a little. Yeah. I cannot, yo. I cannot. Autumn said, if you have COVID before and get the vaccine, is it possible that you won't get it again? That's a great question. Can you get COVID twice?
Yeah, so we have seen that you can get COVID more than once. We don't know enough about as far as like how long it would be, right? So like you get sick, maybe your body like gets used to it, and then you have a period where you wouldn't get sick from it. We don't know how long that period is, but we do know you could get sick again. We'd say that even if you know that you had COVID in the past, that you definitely, we still recommend that you get the vaccine to protect you from getting it.
This is a good question. Jay said, so if you have asthma or diabetes, is it safe to get the vaccine? And Ken said, what about like passing out in terms of side effects?
Yeah, so if you have asthma or diabetes, it is safe to get the vaccine. And in fact, people with asthma and diabetes are more at risk for having bad reactions when they get COVID, the virus, not the vaccine. So they're more likely to get more sick. So in fact, people with asthma and diabetes, all the more reason they should be getting the vaccine. And then the other question about passing out. So I don't know if whoever asked that, or if you've seen someone pass out after getting a shot, some people get really scared, whether you get any type of shot. Some people just like needles bother them, the being around doctors bothers them, all of these things bother, and your body's like crazy. It can make you feel like so scared that you could pass out. The vaccine itself, though, has not shown to do that. And I have not heard of anything like that. That's not something in all of the scientific reports that have been done. That's not something that has come up.
Yeah, and see, Saban's made a good point. She said, so then what am I getting the vaccine for if I could possibly, if it's still possible for me to get corona?
So sorry, I kind of confused you guys. So what I was saying was that you can, once you have COVID once, like some of you might have already got COVID this year. I'm saying that just because you had COVID doesn't mean you couldn't get it again. That's what I was trying to say. The vaccine itself has a 95% chance of protecting you. So, I mean, I think people are putting a lot of pressure on this vaccine in a way that's very interesting, right? Because nothing is 100% effective. A seatbelt's not 100% effective, but you should still wear one. So you could still die in a car accident, but if you wear a seatbelt, you're less likely to, right? So same thing with the coronavirus vaccine. It is 95% chance to keep you safe from it. And even if you could still get it, it could keep you from getting too sick. So that is one similarity to the flu shot. So some people say, well, I got the flu shot and then a month later I got the flu. Like, why did I even get the flu shot? But the flu shot also protects you from getting too sick with the flu, from dying from it. So it also can protect you from that.
And is the vaccine now, so like say you are asymptomatic person where you got it, is the vaccine protecting other people too, or like just you?
Yeah, so I think I actually saw a question earlier that reminds me of kind of what you're asking too, Joni. Someone said, well, if I have to act the same, like as in like still wear a mask, still be careful around people, what's the point in getting it? And I think it really leads to your question, Miss Joni, that like this isn't just about you, this is about everyone else around you too. So all of your grandparents, your parents, people who are older than you that are more likely to get more sick, if we all can get protected against it, then we can help not spread it. So you having the vaccine could, say you have the vaccine and you go somewhere with one of the heartbeats and somehow you come into contact with the virus, but because you have the vaccine, you didn't get it from that person that has it. Then you go home to your mom or your grandma, and now you're less likely to give it to them. So you getting it doesn't just help you, it can potentially impact all the other people in your life too.
So it ain't no way that a vaccinated person can carry it to somebody else.
The protection from the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not, it helps you protect other people, but simply by the fact that you're not going to be the person that gives it to them. You're less likely to be the person that gives it to them.
Got it. Okay. And Charles said, are there stem cells in the vaccine, or is that illegal?
That's a great question. So there's a lot of also misinformation about fetal cells being in the vaccine, and they're not. And I can also, the documentation that I have actually lists out the ingredients that are in it. So you guys can see that too.
Yeah. And Lede, to be clear, Dr. Bo ain't getting paid to do this, yo. she is, y'all know Dr. Bo been rocking with us since umpteen ever. Like, she is not getting paid. These are her real thoughts, yo. Like, nah. But she says, how can you tell if the virus to fight something that multiplies into new strands? So that would be ineffective.
Yeah, these are really good questions. It's a really, really good question. So you know how, I don't know if you guys know this, but the flu shot, basically they make a new one every year. So they basically they do all this science to look and see what are the most likely strains that are going to be there for this coming winter, or winter, spring. And so they make a new one every year. And so it's a really good question to ask, like, well, couldn't that happen with COVID? We've already heard that in like England, they had a new strain. And so you're totally right. It could happen. And we did see that there's another strain, but generally these vaccines can help with the other strains too. Because when a virus changes, all of the virus doesn't change, only parts of it do. So the vaccine is still most likely, scientists think that it's most likely to still be helpful against these other strains that are coming. But to your point, we have to keep, the scientists that are working on this are constantly like figuring out if there's new strains, how are they going to make new vaccines as new strains come out. So to your point, there's still a lot of work being done.
Yeah, thank you so much, y'all. Mother Jennifer, like, man, don't be asking my question, yo. You see me trying to go in order, y'all. I try to go in order, and some things, like, as they pop up that's relevant to what you're talking about, I'm getting those in, but yeah, I got you. But on that, so is this vaccine helpful to other new strains in England? Like, Autumn just asked that, like, as you was talking about it. So it would be.
We think it will be. We think that, and as you guys know, that new strain came about pretty recently. And so we do think it will be, because the way that it's made in reference to the entire makeup of that virus. And so a new strain doesn't mean that the whole virus changes, it means parts of it change. So we think it still should be helpful against that.
And Mars' question is, so do you think with this vaccine, we'll go back to normal?
Honestly, it is the hope, and it is why we're all trying to do our best to answer people's questions, to talk about the fears that you have, to talk about why some people don't trust, because if we can get 70 to 80% of the population vaccinated, that means that we create this kind of thing you might have heard it called like community immunity or herd immunity. And it's the idea that, like, when you ask Miss Joni, like, does me getting it help someone else? It's that same idea. Like, if all these different people are getting it, then all the people around them are also being positively impacted by it. And so our hope is that with the vaccine, we will get back to normal life. I think it's going to be a while, but eventually.
So you think this normal life is going to come sometime in 2021 or after 2021? Be real with us, Dr. Mo. Hit us. Just go ahead and hit us.
This is just my personal opinion. This isn't like, I think winter of 2021 is possible. But I think it's going to be a while. And I also think, like, this is the first conversation we're having, but we should continue to have conversations. And, once it gets to a point where some of you guys are getting it, if you decide to, doing stuff like this and talking to people about your experience, that type of stuff will get us back to our normal life.
So you think your judgment is winter 2021, we'll be back to big conferences, everybody in school, classrooms, regular. Why your face looking like that, y'all? No mask.
I think we'll start getting back to, I also think that's going to be the earliest, but I'm being very, maybe it's how I'm dealing with it too. I don't want to get my hopes up. So
yeah,
take my opinion with a grain of salt on that one. Maybe the more optimistic people will be right. And
we should be prepared to ride 2021 out virtually. Y'all see the handshake, the heavy handshake, like, yeah. All right. Journal J said, do they have a nasal spray, like, instead of the needle?
No.
It's only the needle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's only the needle, Journal J.
I'll come in, I'll hold your hand.
Hey, yo. Lene said, just hear me out. She said, what if the COVID vaccine isn't the real vaccine and the real vaccine was already made? Just a thought.
And where's the real vaccine at? Who's getting that?
I don't know. It sounds like one of those little conspiracies to me. My thing is, it's the history, like, for me, that kind of scares me a little bit. It's like, it's just so much broken trust. And yes, I understand that things have changed and it's a different philosophy and all that stuff. But it's just like, man, just knowing about some of the things that the medical community did to us, like when we had like situations like this, it just almost feels like, man, you be a fool to be one of the first in line. Not saying don't get it. I haven't exactly made up my mind just yet. And I want to make sure that, because I know that people look up to me, and I want to make sure that I'm leading people in the right direction by also being true to myself. But it's like right now, I'm just like, yo, like, how is this different? Especially the first people in line. Like, it's just no way in the world, like right now, that I could do it, because I'm like, besides you, I don't know anybody.
Well, let's talk about that. I think we should talk about the history and what's the same, what's different. Like, I think we should really like get deep into what people are feeling and thinking about that. So I can like start with some thoughts that I have, or you guys can tell me.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Start us off, Dr. Mo, because this is real, yo. This is real life right now.
Yeah. So I think, one of my Black doctor friends said, they used this word that made so much sense to me. They said, people don't just not trust medicine or doctors for no reason. They said, actually, it's really rational. It's actually really smart that Black people don't trust doctors. They're like, they got information from history. They've seen what's happened to people. They've maybe even experienced their own things with the doctor. And they're listening to those experiences and saying, hey, like, I don't trust y'all. And so it's actually like, it's really logical maybe not to trust us and not to trust the system. And so I want to start off first by saying that. I do think we should talk about some of these specific examples, though, that we often think about. So I think a lot of people think about Tuskegee and the syphilis study. And so just for anyone on who's watching who doesn't know what that is, back in the up until the 1980s. So it didn't end that long ago. But basically what happened is that there was a study that was done on people who had syphilis, and specifically Black men who had syphilis. And there was a treatment that was available at the time to treat syphilis. And instead of giving that medicine to those men, they studied what syphilis would do to your body over time. And so many men died. Men, ended up infecting their wives. It was really bad. And so I think that's one of the most talked about stories.
And they made them think they was getting the treatment.
Yes.
That's the part right there.
And the thing too is that they didn't really. There was a lot of lies in it. So I like, from what I've read about it, I don't even know that everyone knew that they had syphilis. They called it bad blood. I don't even know that it was communicated to everyone that what was going on with them. And so, yeah, I mean, that was what, max 40 years ago. Like, it wasn't that long ago. Like, if you think about your grandparents and your parents and their age. And so, but I bring up that example to talk about how that's different from what has gone on with the COVID vaccine. So some of the differences there are that this vaccine was not, so that was something that was done only on Black people. Like, it was a racist decision that was made to study a disease for the benefit of these scientists at the expense of Black people. And this vaccine has been studied on people of all races. So I would say actually majority, it's been, so about 60 to 70% are Caucasian or white that it's been studied on, and 30% are people of color. And so that tells you a few things. That tells you that, first of all, whatever they're giving to the public, they've given to a lot of random white people, and not just to Black people, which was not, the Tuskegee study was like, basically like, we are only giving this to Black people and we don't care how it impacts them. Which is horrific. And this is something that's been given to people of all different races and ethnicities. The other thing it tells you is that because that they did have Black people in the studies, some people say like, well, I want to know that my people got it, and so that I know that they were okay. And that has been done with this too. So I just want to, that difference I think is important to know. It doesn't take away, though. I know that example is what, 40, 50 years ago, but people have experiences today that make them not trust doctors. And so we can talk about those too, but I think that's an important one to think about the differences.
Yeah, no, thank you. And thank you for just being real about it, because some people shy away from like those type of conversations and stuff, because those are the hard conversations to have. And I mean, it it's just horrible to think about it.
It is.
Like,
And I know this doesn't help, but we're embarrassed. I mean, you feel like, I can tell you how I feel, like as a doctor, I'm embarrassed. Like, a lot of times I don't want people to know I'm doctor. I remember when I first started HeartSmiles, I was like, can you just tell them like to call me Monique? Like, I don't need them to know I'm a
yeah.
doctor because we are really embarrassed about what our field has done. So
Do you feel like people are like really taking ownership? Like people who are, I mean, like the white doctors and stuff like that, like the people who it really necessarily wasn't their problem. Like, do you feel like they are taking ownership and they are empathetic and they are understanding, or do you feel like it's one of those Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter type conversations in the medical community?
So I don't know if you guys know this part about me, but I teach about racism and racism in medicine to doctors, so that they can learn about the history, like stuff like Tuskegee, so they can know about how racism happens both in history and happens right now in the medical field. So I have a good idea of how people react to it, I would say. And to your question, Miss Joni, I think it's the same as like like the general public. Like there are white people who are really like on the spectrum, like getting closer to understanding or trying to understand and empathize and say like, I know I'll never fully understand, but I'm going to do my best to understand. And there's white people over here who are like, that didn't happen, or that did happen and it would never happen now. Like they can't understand why someone would be bothered by that. So I think it's a whole spectrum, just
Yeah.
like crazy people on the street.
Yeah, no, that's a good perspective to have. And thank you for doing that work. Like, because I can't imagine how frustrating that can be. Man.
Yeah, it's important. But I also feel like Black people shouldn't always have to be the ones educating everyone about this. And so um, it's part of the reason why I feel like it's really important to do.
So clearly you got the vaccine, right? If you had to give us advice on what we should do, like what would be your advice specifically for those of us who are still afraid and like still really just don't know? Like, what would you say to us?
I would say that you should, if you're willing to, you should try to read about it. And if you want, like anything, there's like things that are trusted sources and things that are not. And I'm not going to give you, if you want me to give you guys ideas, I'm not going to just give you one. Like to Lene's question, like there is not like some like one body that like is like, yeah, you should do this. Like there are many different things that you can read. There are Black doctors that are writing things about their experience. So I can send you guys lots of different things to read. So I think you should, if you're interested, you should read. But I also think you should like take some time with yourself and maybe even write it down. But like think about what are you feeling? Are you scared? Are you skeptical? Are you, whatever the feelings are, write them down and then think about why. And then talk to someone that you trust about it. I'm willing to talk to any of you guys one-on-one, to do, FaceTime, to do a Zoom. But you should ask your questions. Like, I know you guys aren't shy, but you should, whatever fears you have, like we should just talk about them. And then you get to make your decision. You guys are all intelligent. I know I sometimes call you guys kids. You're really young leaders. You're all very intelligent. You're capable of making smart decisions once you have all the information.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Mo. Unless they have any other questions, like anything that you want to leave us with, Like we all for that, and we can probably get ready to wrap up, let you enjoy your evening. Like this was a great conversation. And I'm pretty sure we'll probably need to have more as the vaccine hits home more. Cause like right now they doing all the medical people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. So I guess the things I want to leave you guys with is that I hear you. I can only imagine how people are feeling about about the medical system in general, the fear of this virus, and then on top of that, the fear of the vaccine. So I hear you, and I really care and want to make that better. So if you guys want to talk to me, please reach out. And I hope we can probably do this again, maybe even after I get my second shot in a few weeks. But then the other things I want to leave you with is just be, you guys are, you ask a lot of questions, right? So ask questions to the things that you're reading about. Like, don't just take things at face value. The same way you're not taking things at face value from the medical system, don't take things at face value. Oh, like so and so died after they got the vaccine. So and so got this. Like, and the same way you're asking questions now, ask questions about that stuff too. Like, does that make sense? Is there really a lot of support to really think that? So be skeptical on all ends, and ask questions, and then just know that some of the big myths I just want you to keep with you. So they're not injecting COVID into you. Some of the materials that people have said are in it, a lot of them are not true. So there aren't fetal cells in there. There's been a lot of talk about maybe you guys have read that there's mRNA. It's a type of gene, but it doesn't change your genetics. All of these big myths that are out there, I want you to just keep those at the top of your mind to know that they're not true and there's no science to support them. And then and the last thing I'll say is remember all the people that you love and care about, and all the people that you might love and care about that you don't even know yet. That your decision, while it's for you, it's also for other people as well.
Yes, I love it. Can we be on live while you get your next shot?
Yeah, we could do that.
For real?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yo, yes. Let me know when you got it scheduled and all that, and we're gonna do live. We could probably do it on Instagram.
Yeah,
then I just join you. Is somebody gonna be there with you? Can they hold the phone?
I'll make Lou or something come with me.
Okay. Yo,
yeah,
yes, yo. So we can see you do it. We can see you getting it.
Bet. Absolutely. Sorry, I don't know why my phone's ringing. Yeah, absolutely.
Bet. Yes, yo. This about to be a whole thing, yo. Dr. Mo's second shot. Yo, yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Mo, just for everything, for your transparency, for showing up, for having these hard conversations. Like, just thank you.
Absolutely.
And whatever information you can send me, like, if you could please send it to me, and whoever want it, y'all let me know. I'll make sure y'all get it, and we just do it.
Absolutely. We'll do it. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, everyone.
Y'all make sure y'all reach out to Dr. Mo. Y'all heard her. All right. We'll see you next time, Dr. Mo.
All right. Love you guys.
All right. See you. Love you more. Yo, was this not a great session, yo? Didn't I tell y'all Dr. Mo was going to bring it? Yo, this is the longest winning Wednesdays in history. It's past freaking 8 o'clock on here, yo. We got to go. So look, y'all already know what I'm going to say. Look, this is a vacation week for most people. Notice I said most people. If you've really been killing it in 2020 and you've been really working hard towards your goals, do your little self-care thing. Take your little vacation. Put your little feet up. Do your little stuff. But if you haven't, if you know that you ain't go hard enough, if you still sitting up here about to go into 2021 and you ain't got nothing done that you said you was going to get done for 2020, this can't be no vacation week for you, y'all. It was 3 hours? Ain't no way. Yo, it's 3 hours? No, it's 2 hours. Yo, ain't no way, yo. Stop playing with me, yo. Stop playing, yo. Y'all crazy. Oh, Tay Bands, you talking to Miss Kid? That's what's up. Stay on it, yo. Stay on it. But yo, for people who haven't really been working hard, yo, you need to be turned up while the world is turned down. You need to be leveling up while everybody else is kind of taking a break and all that type of stuff like that. Like, yo, this ain't no break time for you. This ain't no self-care for you. You ain't got time to put your feet up and relax. You need to go and get some work done. You need to be doing something that's connected to your goals, that's connected to success. I don't care what the date on the clock is, because when that little date hit January the 1, unless your mindset has changed, unless your habits have changed, you ain't changing. And your 2021 gonna be the same as your 2020. So stop thinking that once the clock changed on Friday, oh, you just gonna be this different person. No, whatever person you want to be, you gotta be that person now. You have to have already have been that person. And use this time now while the world is slowed down. Use this time to start getting your stuff together. Yo, Lene said town hall closing at midnight. Hit that link in her bio, yo. Town hall about to be serious. That's the mayoral town hall where they hold our politicians accountable. Yo, Cam said, I've been sleeping and relaxing like crazy. Great, Cam. Do more of that. For people like you that's been grinding hard in 2020, yes, take this week, take this time to relax. But yo, everybody else, man, unless you can really say, yo, I really crushed my goals 2020, you need to be working. Work, work, work. I know, Vera, I didn't even realize it was 8 o'clock either. But yo, I guess I'm going to see y'all in the new year. Ain't no Driving Thursdays tomorrow, so don't be looking for me tomorrow. And ain't no Focus Friday. Ooh, Friday. It's the holiday. So I'm going to see y'all in the new year. I'm going to see y'all next year. Like, sheesh, that's crazy. We might, just might pop up with a random live or something like that just to kind of talk and catch up. But don't hold me to that, y'all. I don't know. We gonna see. But I'm wishing everybody a peaceful, a prosperous, a blessed 2021, y'all. If I don't see you or talk to you until next year, y'all, my prayer for you is that you step into this new year with a new attitude, with a new mindset, with new habits that are connected to your goals, connected to your success. Cho says, stop. Hey, Cho, stop playing with me, yo. It's the holiday. Yo, my prayer for everybody is that you find your purpose. You find value, not just in what you can bring to the world, but you find value in yourself. Yo, yes, can everybody. Yes, yo. I want everybody to be able to reach their goals and accomplish the things that they want to accomplish in this new year. Even if those things are small, like you got to start somewhere. Like, yo, I just want everybody to be able to be successful on the inside as well as on the outside. All right, so I'm going to see y'all. When I see y'all, go do something productive, yo. Hey, go do something connected to your goals. Go do something connected to your success. I see y'all in 2021, y'all. I'm out.